Kaiser loved his life. He was always cheerful and full of energy. He was 19 and a successful YouTuber. His channel had millions of subscribers. Every day was an adventure. He explored new places and tried new things. He made videos about his three passions: video games, movies, and weapons. His content was diverse and engaging. His viewers loved his energy. They loved his humor. His infectious laughter could brighten anyone's day. Most of all, they loved his knowledge. He had a knack for explaining complex topics in a simple way. Kaiser knew everything about everything, or at least he thought he did. At least he thought he did. He was confident in his abilities and knowledge. One day, Kaiser was filming a video about medieval weapons. He was showing off his replica broadsword. It was one of his prized possessions. He swung it around, demonstrating a few moves. He felt like a true warrior. Suddenly, the blade hit something strange. It was an unexpected obstacle. There was a blinding flash of light. Kaiser blinked, trying to clear his vision. He was no longer in his room. Everything around him had changed. He stood in a forest. The trees were tall and dense. He was surrounded by strange people wearing armor. They looked like they had stepped out of a history book. They looked as surprised as he felt. It was a moment of mutual bewilderment. "What the?" Kaiser started to say, but one of the armored figures cut him off.
"The prophecy! He has arrived!" the figure shouted, pointing a gauntleted finger at Kaiser.
Before Kaiser could even ask what was going on, the figures grabbed him. They dragged him through the forest. They took him to a hidden camp. A young woman sat by a campfire. She wore a simple dress, but she had a regal air.
"You must be Kaiser," she said. Her voice was calm and strong. "I am Anne, and you, my friend, have just stumbled into a whole lot of trouble."
Anne was a princess, born into a life of luxury and privilege. Or at least, she used to be, before everything changed. Her once peaceful kingdom had been taken over by a powerful and malevolent sorcerer. This sorcerer had imprisoned Anne's father, the king, in a dark and foreboding dungeon.
"I escaped," Anne explained, her voice trembling with emotion. Her eyes were full of sadness, reflecting the pain and loss she had endured. "I need to gather allies," she continued, her voice growing more determined. "We need to fight back and reclaim our kingdom from the sorcerer's grasp. The prophecy, it spoke of a hero from another world, someone who would come to our aid, a hero who would help us in our darkest hour."
Kaiser didn't know what to say. This was crazy. He had never imagined something like this. He was just a kid with a YouTube channel making videos about games and tech. He didn't know anything about fighting sorcerers or leading battles. But Anne seemed so sure of the prophecy and his role in it, and the desperation in her eyes was unmistakable. Kaiser couldn't just leave her. He had to help, no matter how daunting the task seemed. So began Kaiser's crash course in rebellion. He learned to fight with real swords. He learned about the politics of this new world, and he learned that Anne was one of the bravest people he'd ever met. They traveled across the land, rallying allies. Kaiser's knowledge of strategy from video games proved surprisingly useful. He helped Anne plan attacks and defenses. As they fought side by side, Kaiser and Anne grew closer. They shared stories, fears, and dreams, and slowly their friendship blossomed into something more. The final battle was epic, a clash of titans that shook the very foundations of their world. The air was thick with tension, and the sound of clashing swords echoed through the battlefield. Kaiser fought like a warrior possessed, his every move a testament to his unyielding spirit and determination. He was a force to be reckoned with, his eyes blazing with an inner fire. He used his knowledge of weapons and tactics to outsmart the enemy, turning the tide of battle in their favor. His strategic mind was his greatest weapon, allowing him to anticipate and counter every move. In the end, they triumphed. The sorcerer was defeated, his dark magic dispelled. The king was freed from his chains, and the kingdom rejoiced in their newfound freedom. Anne became the queen, her bravery and kindness earning her people's love. She ruled with a gentle hand, her heart always in tune with the needs of her subjects. Kaiser stayed by her side, his heart overflowing with love for her. Together, they faced every challenge, their bond growing stronger with each passing day. They married in a grand ceremony, a celebration of their love that brought together people from all corners of the kingdom. It was a day of joy and unity. But Kaiser knew he couldn't stay in this world forever. A part of him longed for the life he had left behind. He had a life back home, a world that needed him just as much as this one did. The memories of his past tugged at his heart. Using the magic of the portal, they traveled back to Kaiser's world. It was a journey filled with uncertainty, but also hope. His parents were shocked, to say the least. They had never imagined such a fantastical tale could be true. But they welcomed Anne with open arms, their hearts warmed by her kindness and grace. Eventually, Kaiser's parents visited Anne's kingdom. They marveled at the beauty and grandeur of her world. They saw their son not just as a YouTuber, but as a true king. A leader who had earned his place through bravery and wisdom. Kaiser was living proof that even the most ordinary people could achieve extraordinary things. His journey was a testament to the power of love, courage, and determination.